sound on? Now I have. Sorry. Thank you for joining me. How's it going? All right game, I guess, to round out the end of the season, wasn't it? Nice little comfortable kind of win. Jobbed, I would say. Nice to see some debuts. Good to see some United youngsters get their debuts, carrying on that sort of long-held tradition from Manchester United of academy players being given debuts. I thought Elanga obviously did really well. His finish was sensational. And apart from that, he did all right. So 2 shots, 1 on target, 1 key pass, 1 goal with a bullet header. 93% pass accuracy today from Elanga. 2 take-ons out of 2. 2 attempted tackles, 2 successful tackles. Mint. 3rd time in Premier League history that a team's gone unbeaten away from home all season. Arsenal have done it twice. So yeah, nice. It was good to see. 2 more debutants from the academy, obviously Hannibal and Will Fish, meaning that United Academy products have been in every match day squad since 1937, which is just sensational. And Solskjaer's now given out 8 debuts in the first team. Greenwood, Shoretire, Williams, Garner, Chong, Elanga, Hannibal and Fish. So brilliant. Also Juan Mata, good goal from him from the penalty spot, really well taken. He's now scored more league goals for United than he has anywhere else in his career. 34 for United, 33 for Valencia and 17 for Chelsea. Is that his last goal in a United shirt, do we think? Oh yeah, I think my Premier League prediction table's now come in a little bit, hasn't it? With United, City, United and Liverpool as the top 3. I had the relegation spots a bit off, quite a way off, actually. Over 50% of United's academy players, over 50% of United's players now coming from the academy, but is that Juan Mata's last ever game? We finished the campaign on 74 points, which is an 8-point improvement on last season. Bruno Fernandes has officially gone through the whole of his Manchester United career, which is a season and a half, 25 games, without losing a single game away from home. Elanga is the 19th different teenager to score a Premier League goal for United. And only Arsenal have had more teenagers find the net than them in the competition's history, which is pretty cool. Diallo then, I thought he had a fairly quiet game, but then he came into life with the chance that he had for Dan James. But overall, he still had pretty good stats as well. So 1 shot on target, 1 key pass, 92.5% pass accuracy, 62 touches, and he looked comfortable without ever really doing anything. And he was rotating really nice with the rest of the front line, both Mata and Elanga and James. But Mata and Elanga probably should have got an assist today for the beautiful ball that he put through to Dan James, when Dan James definitely should have done a little bit better with that. Jenas has had some nice stuff to say about him, the way he carries himself. Not all players have that ability. He's definitely got something. And then, yeah, pretty good all-round performance from it. Prasanna in the comments saying Van der Beek was class. End of the match, we had 5 teenagers on the pitch. Wow, yeah, sensational. You get that a lot in the last game of the season, don't you? And Notch in the comments saying it'd be sad to see Mata go, but guess it's time. I think it is time. I think some of those players coming through were starting to show why maybe Mata's not getting. Maybe the likes of Hannibal given a bit more game time might be a bit more productive than Mata is. Maybe it'd be Elanga, who is, I think has honestly surprised me with how well he looks in the first team. I didn't think he really had it in him. You might see Diallo a touch more. But as per the title, I'm going to ask you guys and then I'll give my opinion. Who has booked their place in the final, if anybody? Did Dean Henderson today? Don't think so. Not necessarily. And I'm not even sure that him playing in the final means anything over De Gea playing in the final and vice versa. Park Gamer 1 says Tuanzebe needs to play in the final. Ahmad looks like a small Rashford, says Dominion. We do love Willie Fish getting a debut, says Ronan. I don't want to say it, but there's not enough space in the squad for Shoretire, Elanga, Ahmad, Greenwood, along with a new right winger. So, but there's the thing. You can have a lot of players like that, get them out on loan, get them some first team game time, and then see who makes the cut. It's better to have 3 or 4 options than none. Ahmad and Tuanzebe. Wow, Ahmad. Right, okay. Axel says Ronan. Vipul says Axel. Arnesh says Axel. And Adichie says Axel or Baye. Harry says Axel. Right. You've all killed my surprise, really, because I was being like, I think Axel Tuanzebe. And I thought it was leaning towards Axel over Bailly, and I do think that's the case. I think that Axel's performance today, I thought it was very good, and I thought he's shown why maybe he could get in there ahead of Bailly for the final. Bailly still got that rashness about him, and I just think that there's a little bit. The pace of Axel is one thing. I think it would be time, and it'd be a perfect opportunity for Axel if he was able to step up into that role for a final. I really hoped he would kick in this year, and it just has not happened in the slightest. But he's had decent go of it. Billy in the comments saying Rio racially abused at the ground and the guy's been arrested. I saw Rio's tweet about that. Apparently Rio said he wants to meet him to educate him. Is that, I haven't seen Rio talking on BT just now. Was that in a educate him or a educate him? Because there's two different ways of that, isn't there? I mean, he's here in the morning, Rio. We're doing a preview for Paddock for the Europa final, and we're doing Vibe with 5 in the studio in the morning. So, I mean, I can ask him how it's going down tomorrow, and see what exactly happened. It's fucking wild, isn't it, that that's still happening in the game? Absolutely fucking wild. Yeah, it's just, it makes no fucking sense, and it's pathetic. And Rio, of all people, you think, who's Rio wound up to get abused like that? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, I'm not saying that anyone deserves any sort of racial abuse, but like, there's some personalities that I understand you want to abuse them, not racially abuse them, but there's some antagonistic personalities that sort of like, they end up getting abused because of how they act. And Rio just isn't like that in any sort of shape or form. It's madness, isn't it? If Fred's injured, maybe Ollie testing Van der Beek in that position today. I don't think Van der Beek's got the energy, but in a final, you could kill them with possession. United definitely got the ability to kill them with possession. But I think you do want some more energy. I just think it'll be McTominay. It'd be as simple as that. It'll be McTominay, Pogba, Bruno, and hopefully 3 forwards that are going to go for it. Greenwood, Rashford, Cavani, because there's goals in that. And let's be honest, if you played a team, you've got Pogba, Bruno, Rashford, Greenwood, Cavani, you're shitting it as the opposition. You just are. There's no two ways around it. Abby says, hope it's some trickery from Ollie and that Maguire will play. There's people that we're hearing from that saying like it doesn't look like he's going to make it. I'm sure they'll try everything, and they might even talk to him about jabbing him up to see if he can do that. Can you watch the United way outside the UK? You can if you know someone with a link. I guess would be fair. If you're on Patreon and you're in the Discord, get your questions in for us, and I'll get them answered. Shocon's in there now. He says, given that Den James is the worst of our attackers, should we sell him? Honestly, I think we've got better coming through. I wouldn't have a massive issue with that if he went, to be honest. Gareth97 says, does a midfield of Donny and Pogba potentially work next week or next season? Honestly, based on today's game, he has many of Carrick's qualities. I would agree on that, yeah. I think that is something that you might need to play a few games of to see if it would work. But in my head, I don't necessarily think you need that destroyer, that aggressive, all-action guy. I think you need someone who's good in possession but has good defensive instincts, and I do believe that Donny van der Beek could be that. But he's just not played enough, and judging someone on one game every month isn't really fair on them, and I don't think you're necessarily getting the best out of them with that. Would any other manager have done better than second in a European final with no pre-season and a so-so transfer window working for the Glazers, says Notch. On one hand, I think it was poor to come out of the Champions League group. We had a very, very tough group that we didn't necessarily expect to get out of. I think we was hopeful we would get out of it. But I think in hindsight, it was in our hands after the way we started in the group and we fucked it up. So I would say on the face of things, we should have done better. Getting out of the Champions League group. Would that mean that we'd be in a European final and it'd be a Champions League final? I still don't think we're there. So is bombing out and winning a Europa League better than maybe coming to the quarterfinals of the Champions League? I guess that depends on where your priorities lie and your philosophies lie. Because honestly, I think probably would be, in all honesty. Rose says, what do you think is next for Brandon? Brandon's had a really rough season. I don't know if there's been some things going on off the pitch. He certainly wasn't himself in any way, shape or form for the entirety of the season. He rightfully kept Luke Shaw out of the team last year. Luke Shaw sorted his shit out in a big way, and he's now rightly first choice. I don't know if Brandon allowed the fame to go to his head or something like that. I honestly don't know. I know he changed agent. I don't know a lot about the new guy. I've not heard good things about the new guy. I don't know if that's a factor in it. And you know, maybe that has played into it somewhat. He's still very young though, and you can still make mistakes at this young as long as you do manage to correct what's going on. I still think there's a player in there. Does that mean first choice or does that mean squad player? I think probably more like squad player, but you never know. You honestly never know. He came out of nowhere. He wasn't expected to be playing the games he's played, so I think he's probably exceeded what everyone thought he would do anyway. Ronaldo not starting the final game for Juve to secure Champions League. He's definitely off, says Harry. Well, they supposedly picked his cars up, didn't they? I don't want to get drawn into us getting Ronaldo because that would be absolutely bananas, wouldn't it? Stranger things have happened, and you know what our board's like? Anything to sell a bit of shirts, and he sells a lot of shirts. I saw a comment in there I can't find now. Tuan Zebu was great today, says Shaz. Donny has all the attributes of a deep line playmaker for us, says Dame. I agree with that. Do we need to win on Wednesday for this season to be a success, says Richard? Absolutely, mate, 100%. Dan James has something different than the others. He presses and runs well. He does press well. I'll give him that. He actually does press well. But there's got to be more to his game than just pressing well. Because Mo Farah would press well, wouldn't he? He's going PSG. Defo says Con. I think you're probably right. But a boy can dream. Because I still think he would do it. On signings, we're going to be doing some videos as the season's now pretty much over. Talking about who would be the signings to maybe take us over the line next year. We'll definitely be doing that in the next few weeks. We're just kind of finalising what content we're going to be doing over the summer. We are going to be shooting a show with Rio over the course of the Euros in our studio, downstairs and upstairs in the bar, so keep an eye out for that. But I don't know what I'm going to be doing on my own channel yet. I mean, throw some suggestions in. What do you think we should be doing? Would you like to see us maybe bring Meat Pie back, or should we focus on tactical stuff and what we're doing with United and all that sort of stuff? Let me know in the comments. And I guess we'll figure it out. But cheers for tuning in. Last game of the season domestically. Wednesday night. Big one. Looking forward to doing the preview for this one. It's going to be a good one. I think it's an important one. And I'll see you guys. Well, I guess we'll see it in a bit, won't we? Cheers for tuning in. Laters. Oh. Do you know what? Right. I got this mouse. It's mega. It's the Logitech one, right? MX Master. On the bottom, you see it flashing. You can have, so I've got my laptop looked up to it, and also the desktop looked up to it. So I only need one mouse to operate the two, which I think is like magic. And it was just on my laptop, so I couldn't turn the stream off. And it's still on my laptop. Hang on. Now it's on my desktop. Right, I'm really going this time. Cheers for tuning in. Have I thought about making a Discord channel? I've got one. If you'd like to support the channel, check the link in the description for Patreon. That's how you can support the channel. Or if you want to get yourself one of the green and gold shirts, there's around 100 left, and you've got until the 31st of May if you want to get one. Just go to shop.stretfordpaddockfc.com and you can go and get yourself one from over there. But cheers for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters.